right?
Always encouragement. I think I haven't seen Vivian Glozman playing singles, actually. This will be a first for me. I have been across the net from Judit a couple of times in singles, and I don't like being in that position. She's a very strong singles player, very well-rounded. But I know Vivian also has a strong tennis background, so excited to see how this one goes.
We get us started. Judit, a well-deserved #3 seed in this match. She's a threat to win a gold medal every tournament she plays in.
What a point. A lot of power coming from Glozman here, and a whole lot of athleticism shown there from Judit. Singles game is very different on the men's and women's side. Jim, thoughts on that?
Well, it's always so tough in singles to cover the court. The men have that advantage being able to cover a little bit more court.
These baseline points that we're seeing right now, you just don't see in men's singles. Usually, the guys return and follow the ball in. And in women's singles, we tend to build the point a little bit more before we come into the kitchen line. Glozman here with the early lead. Big serve.
Certainly with the men's size can be an advantage. We saw in the last match with Jay DeVilliers. For him to get to the net is what, 2 steps?
I can't get it to the net in 2 steps, unfortunately. Wow. Really well played point there by Glozman. 4-1. Wow.
5-1 here, game 1. Good timeout for Castillo, getting the ball back. Wow. Really good forehand there from Glozman. Really stayed down low.
She really did. Not a bad approach shot from Judit either. It's a good return, and it looks interesting. I think Glozman likes her backhand a little bit more. She just ran around her forehand to hit backhand. A bit more uncommon to see. Most people are doing the opposite. Looks like Judit's forcing her way up to the kitchen line a little bit quicker after the timeout. She typically does a very good job adjusting when she's down. She's a smart singles player. Again, up at the kitchen line. It's 2 points in a row she's put together. 3-5. Great return from Glozman, following it into the net, putting a bit of pressure on Castillo for that third.
Glozman serving at 5-3.
Judit asking the ref if he saw that. Did look to be a little bit long from our angle here.
Did. 6-3.
It's a lot of pace from Glozman. She's keeping Judit very far back in the court right now. Looks like Judit asked the ref. Glozman called a ball out. The ref saw it in. So 3-7.
We don't have the best angle there. It did look in to me.
Got the presence of Michelle Esquivel here in the booth, getting some shade with us. She actually just informed me that she's actually scouting. She plays the winner of this match.
Yeah, well, Michelle had a tough match in the first round, so she's probably a little worn out here. She needs a break. One by withdrawal.
Wow, what a great pickup by Glozman.
Vivian's playing very, very well.
I'm very impressed so far. 8-3 in game one. All right, inside out. Let's see if Judit can put together a run here. Wow.
That was a nice play.
That's a great point from both sides. Incredible finish there with the volley from Castillo. Glozman's making her work. It's 2 points in a row for Castillo. Backhand deep from Glozman.
I think she needs to make Glozman move side to side a little more.
That's what seems to have worked in the past 2 points.
Serving at 5-8.
It's a great point again. And an easy solution. A lot of people watching probably think if she gets up to the kitchen line, she can win these points more easily. But
Judit Castillo against Vivian Glozman. Game one, Judit serving at 6-8. Six Glozman.
a drop shot from the baseline. This is something you don't see often in pickleball. To Jim's point from earlier, the wind is against Castillo right now. She used that to her advantage.
Nice.
Great point. Good finish there by Castillo. And she was down 8-3, and it's now 7-8.
Again, I think Castillo just needs to move Glozman around a little bit. Move her side to side. Glozman's getting her feet set. She's just has a lot of power. Gets the side out. 8-7. Glozman's been dominating this game. She does not want to let it get away from her. Castillo with a little bit of a short return due to the wind. Glozman smartly took advantage of it, drive it deep and come in. Very friendly bounce there for Glozman to get her to game point at 10-7.
No, but like, some other people want to take that.
And first game to Glozman, 11-7.
Welcome to the Pickler, where everything's better.
Everything's better at the Pickler.
Everything's better at the Pickler.
Women's singles action. Round of 32, Vivian Glozman against Judit Castillo. Glozman just took game 1, 11-7, serving now game 2.
And a good start from Glozman in game 2 as well. 1-0, a little bit of frustration from Castillo.
Glozman's been taking advantage of a couple of short, relatively short serve returns.
Wow. A firefight in singles.
Players switched sides and now the wind died. Castillo, yeah, Glozman had advantage of being a little bit downwind first game, but now there is not a breath of wind.
The depth of Glozman's shots right now is crazy. Not giving Castillo an opportunity to do anything.
Quick 3-0 lead here for Glozman. That'll get us a timeout for sure. Just wondering if maybe roll some to her backhand.
And both strokes looks clean right now. Forehand and backhand drives looking great. Just seems like everything's going Glozman's way. Even though she lost this point, she came up with some insane shots. Great finish there by Castillo.
Great point. She threw up a good lob. 0-4.
Jim, she actually got a short return that point, was able to get up to the kitchen line, hit a couple of quality volleys, get her first point in game 2. There, she did it again.
Yeah, I think Castillo definitely needs to get to the kitchen line. Glozman's just had the advantage from the baseline of hitting it a little bit harder, a little bit deeper.
Exactly. She just needs to wait for that ball that's a little bit shorter, and Glozman hasn't been giving her many opportunities. Still a good point.
Glozman serving 4-2, game 2.
I mean, everything going Glozman's way.
Looks like Castillo's trying to roll her shots a little bit more to create some depth off topspin.
Castillo going for a little bit too much off the passing shot there, just wide. 6-2. Glozman.
I think that's Castillo showing some frustration. She's getting a lot of pressure from Glozman on the baseline exchanges and forcing her to go for a little bit more than she'd care to.
It's just a really good serve from Glozman. Causes an error from Castillo and a timeout. But Glozman's made that very difficult this match. So far. Such a well-constructed point by Glozman.
Yeah, she's just about painting the baseline.
She really is. Almost every point.
That forcing shot was so close there. 9-2.
And we have a match point. Jim?
That is the game. Boy, Glozman looking like somebody who could win this whole thing.